Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
I'm Derek Sibley.
It is October 30th, 2023. I think it was a good thing that there were a lot of area Halloween events this weekend because tomorrow is going to be so cold. Yeah,
it definitely is. And if you do have the kids outside trick-or-treating, make sure to bundle them up because, it's just going to be downright cold for them with those Halloween costumes.
Yeah, they'll need some layers. We did a story on popular Halloween onesies, so that's a good idea, too.
Absolutely. Keep in mind we have freeze warnings in effect until 8 o'clock this morning for the areas that you see highlighted there on your screen. This does include La Crosse County. That's because we do have temperatures that are into the low 20s out there. That's going to put an end to the growing season and possible damage to unprotected plumbing and sprinkler lines. So just bear that in mind as well. Current temperatures now are into the 20s, 23 in Eau Claire, very cold up there, 28 currently in La Crosse. Sparta, you just updated 24. Winona is at 27 and Viroqua very cold as well at 23 degrees. Today's planner showing that we will be looking at mostly sunny skies through the day, warming up into the 30s and low 40s as we head into this afternoon. Still unseasonably cold though for the afternoon hours. Let's take a look now at your dog walking forecast. Everything is looking good, but you'll definitely want to bundle up out there as you head outside because we will be turning clear and cold here this morning. Partly cloudy for the afternoon, mostly sunny for this evening. I'll have a check on your full weather forecast and your schoolcast coming up in a few minutes. May have some snow chances to deal with here tonight. More on that a little bit later. Alexandra?
Thank you, Derek. Let's get to some news now this morning. Happening today, the United Nations Security Council will hold an emergency meeting. According to UN sources, the United Arab Emirates is expected to seek a resolution that would call for a, quote, immediate humanitarian pause of the war between Israel and Hamas. John Lorning has the latest on the war between Israel and Hamas.
The UN warns the weeks of siege and bombardment are taking a toll on Gaza.
There is no bread, there is no gas, there is no food. Simple food. We can't even sort it out for the children.
Over the weekend, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his country has started the second stage of its war against Hamas.
The war inside the Strip is going to be long, and we are ready for it. This is our second independence war. We're going to fight for the homeland and we won't withdraw.
Israeli airstrikes have already done extensive damage to the region, and the Palestinian Red Crescent Society is accusing Israel of purposely launching attacks near the second largest hospital in Gaza City.
We were not safe. We are not living like normal people. We would like to go back to our homes. The Zionist occupation destroyed our life.
According to the United Nations, civil order is shrinking in Gaza, and U.S. officials say there's a chance this war in the Mideast could expand.
Hamas is making life extremely difficult for Israel by taking civilians as human shields and by putting their rocket infrastructure and terrorist infrastructure among civilians. That creates an added burden for Israel.
The death toll in Gaza from this war is more than 7,900 as of Sunday, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health.
Iran's President Ebrahim Raisi says that Israel's current actions against Hamas may possibly, quote, force everyone to take action. Western Wisconsin's congressman is describing the, quote, indescribable horror he witnessed during his trip to Israel. Republican Derek Van Orden says Israeli officials showed him graphic videos of what Hamas is doing to Israeli civilians and what they have been doing since the October 7th attack. He says his visit was important because, quote, people are denying that Israelis are being slaughtered and Democrats are trying to downplay what's been done. He adds that, quote, no one can compare what's happened to Israeli civilians to civilian deaths in Gaza.
Because these people intentionally targeted civilians. Every civilian casualty that's taken in the Gaza Strip, every piece of property or infrastructure that's destroyed is the direct result of Hamas attacking Israel on October 7th.
Van Orden says the House is developing an appropriations bill to fund Israel's defense. He's also forming a House caucus to stay in contact with their counterparts in Israel's government. A gag order on former President Trump's election interference case has been reinstated. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan has denied the former president's request to pause that order requested by prosecutors. The request for a gag order came after they say Trump published social media posts about the prosecutors and potential witnesses that were intimidating. This is the second gag order the former president is facing in separate legal cases. Trump says his right to free speech is being violated by these gag orders. The Food and Drug Administration is issuing a new warning for parents of premature infants this morning to not give them probiotics. The agency warns the probiotic Avivo with MCT oil may have been linked with one infant death earlier this month. The infant died after developing sepsis caused by a species of bacteria that was also found in the probiotic. The product has since been recalled and is not currently for sale in the U.S. The FDA is warning they have not currently approved any probiotics suitable for infants. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. has a stroke, and every 3 minutes and 14 seconds, someone dies of a stroke. Mandy Gaither takes a closer look at how you can help prevent and avoid a potential stroke.
It's a leading cause of death and serious long-term disability in the U.S.
Stroke is actually much more common than we think.
Every 3 minutes and 14 seconds, someone dies of stroke in the U.S., according to the CDC. But addressing 9 risk factors can help prevent most strokes. It starts with keeping blood pressure in check. A healthy lifestyle and limiting salt intake to less than 2 grams per day can help. Diabetes is another risk factor. Control it with glucose-lowering medications, says Dr. Sidoni Abrikji, a neurologist at Cleveland Clinic.
What we like to target in diabetic patients is a hemoglobin A1C of around 7%.
Next, Abrikji says to control high cholesterol by taking statins or other medications. Fourth, be aware of atrial fibrillation, a risk factor for stroke that causes an irregular heartbeat.
They have to be on a strong blood thinner known as anticoagulation.
Getting sleep apnea treated is also key. Those suffering from the condition stop breathing for short periods during the night.
The main ways to prevent sleep apnea are weight loss, but also using a CPAP machine if it's moderate to severe.
Cut out smoking and limit alcohol intake to 1 drink or less a day. Both are major risk factors for stroke, as is what you eat. Abrikji recommends a diet rich in fruits and veggies, nuts, and lean protein. And finally, get your heart rate up at least 4 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes a day.
According to the National Institutes of Health, signs of a possible stroke include numbness on your face, arm, or leg, sudden vision problems, sudden confusion and dizziness, and severe headaches. They urge anyone experiencing any of those symptoms to not drive yourself to the hospital. Instead, call 911. Still ahead on your morning news, Toyota is recalling more than 750,000 vehicles. We'll tell you why and how to know whether your vehicle is one of them. And Halloween spending is expected to hit an all-time high this year. We'll take a closer look at how the holiday spending is going to potentially scream to record levels. That and more coming up this morning. Every morning we send you to break with something to put the good in your morning, but with Halloween tomorrow, we're doing things a bit differently. So rise and shiver. Here's a little something to put the spooky in your morning. The big day may be tomorrow, but some people are probably still looking for their costumes. And with temperatures expected to be around 30 degrees on Halloween night, here in La Crosse, lots of costume seekers are looking for warmer costumes. That means costumes like onesies are especially popular right now. It's a trend that breaks from the other most popular costumes of the year, which include Barbie, Princess, and Witch. The key, according to some, is getting a big costume that you can hide layers under. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is next.
Freeze warnings remain in effect for parts of the Coulee region until 8 o'clock this morning. Now, this does include La Crosse County here as well. So if you are under those highlighted counties, make sure to protect the sensitive vegetation if you have outside, and also protect the plumbing lines here as well. that could definitely cause some issues here with these cold temperatures that are into mainly the 20s outside currently. 23 degrees now in Eau Claire, 28 currently if you're in La Crosse, and Winona you're at 27, Sparta's at 24. But today we're only expecting highs to reach the 30s and 40s. That's exactly what's happening today this afternoon in La Crosse County with a high of 38 in West Salem. Moving south now into Viroqua, you're colder though at 34 today. La Crescent at 40 though, and Lansing today looking at a high of 37. Moving north into our central zones, Melrose with a high of 37 today, 36 in Alma Center and 38 in Alma. As we head north into the Chippewa Valley, highs reaching 38 today, or 36 I should say, in Eau Claire, and also into the Chippewa Falls area. Bus stop forecast this morning, sunny skies but very cold, 27. Make sure to bundle up out there. And as we head back home, 40 degrees, mostly sunny skies. I'll have a check on your full weather forecast still to come. We'll talk about some possible snow as we head into tonight.
Thanks, Derek. In your consumer news this morning, Stellantis and the United Auto Workers have reached a tentative agreement. The details of the new deal have not yet been announced. It comes just days after the UAW reached an agreement with Ford. Experts say that deal may have put pressure on Stellantis and GM to make a deal with strikers. Before it can go into effect or even be announced, the deal must be approved by UAW members and Ford leadership. Sources say the union is also close to agreeing with General Motors. Meanwhile, Toyota is issuing a recall for more than 750,000 SUVs. The recall applies to the company's popular Highlander model. According to Toyota, the vehicle's bumpers may fall off even in response to small impacts, potentially causing driving hazards. The recall affects Highlander model years 2020 to 2023. Owners of affected vehicles will be contacted directly by the automaker. In the meantime, you can search online to see if your vehicle is part of the recall. Another major recall to tell you about: Best Buy recalling nearly 1 million of these pressure cookers. This recall was announced by the U.S. Consumer Safety Commission. According to the agency, the pressure cookers have inaccurate markings, which may cause some users to overfill them, increasing their chance of spilling hot liquids. The recall affects pressure cookers sold between 2017 and 2023. Affected customers should contact Best Buy for a free replacement. New analysis reveals retail stores may be overstating the amount of theft and its impact. Major retail companies have claimed in recent years that theft is rapidly rising, but a new report by William Blair says the data shows a rise, but not as high as retailers are alleging. Experts say it may be a way to distract from other problems affecting stores like weak demand or poor management. A number of cities and states have enacted laws with stronger punishment for shoplifting. Many Americans are making those last-minute Halloween purchases, and many are willing to spend more money this year. Bradley Blackburn has those details for us.
Clarissa Calderon is helping her daughter find a costume and has 3 other kids at home to buy for.
Have you always been into Halloween, or is it?
I have.
It seems a lot of people are into Halloween this year. The National Retail Federation says spending on the holiday will top $12 billion, with individual shoppers shelling out an average of $108.
What's this? These are some of our big animatronics we have.
Party City's Luke Willig says more people are buying expensive decorations. Plus, millennials and other grown-ups are still dressing up, sometimes with multiple costumes.
The social media really defines on what millennials, what they want to dress up as for Halloween.
It's not just humans who are getting into the spirit. Spending on pet costumes could top $700 million this year.
Pumpkin costumes are expected to be the most popular for pets. Spider-Man is #1 for kids. 9-year-old Giselle is going as a zombie.
Is your favorite part of Halloween dressing up or the candy?
The candy. That's the best part. And that's the dentist's favorite part.
If fear of the dentist doesn't scare you, prices for some sweets might. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says candy is up 7.5% from a year ago.
It's worth it, I think so. Kids get big quick.
For many parents, having the chance to savor this tradition is priceless.
The National Retail Federation says discount stores are the top destination for Halloween items, followed by specialty stores and then online. That does it for your morning consumer news. Let's check in with Derek now and a look at today's forecast. Hi, Derek.
Andrea, thanks for that. We're talking about freeze warnings that are still in effect for the Coulee region until 8 o'clock this morning. Now, this is only including for the areas that you see highlighted there on your screen, mainly for our central and southern communities, which, by the way, does include La Crosse County, again, until 8 o'clock. So make sure to protect the sensitive plants that you may have outside. Try to cover up the sensitive plumbing that you have out there as well, because it will be definitely exposed to these type of temperatures that are currently right now into the 20s. We got 27 degrees currently in Winona and 24 in both Black River Falls and also into Sparta this morning. Meanwhile, here in La Crosse, we're currently at 28 degrees. North-northwest winds a bit breezy at around 16 miles an hour. In Eau Claire, 23 is our temperature with partly cloudy skies here. Westerly winds light at around 8 miles an hour. And look at the forecast high numbers today, 30s and 40s with a high of 40 today in La Crosse and 36 this afternoon in Eau Claire. So we start off in the 20s this morning, and then we're into the 30s under partly cloudy conditions at noon today, followed by mostly sunny and then 37 at 4 o'clock. We increase the clouds a little bit, temperatures at 32 degrees by 8 o'clock this evening. Right now, though, we're looking mainly clear, but that is going to change, though, as we head into the next several hours, because we are watching another storm system that's positioned to our west, which is going to help increase our moisture. And here you can see it moving in to the Coulee region as we head into this evening, but especially more so as we head into overnight. Once that low begins to approach us, we are expecting it to spawn some scattered snow showers across the area overnight, and which could even continue into early tomorrow morning, as you can see there. So that could cause some concerns, maybe impact your morning commute travel a little bit. But by 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, I expect much or the majority of the snow to come to a close. Then we're going to start to increase the moisture yet again from another system back to our west, which will help increase the clouds as we head into the day on Wednesday. As far as how much snow we could see around here, probably around 1 to 2 inches at best here for many locations, mainly central and north here overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. A check now on your 8-day forecast shows that we will be looking at a little bit of some lingering snow into early tomorrow, but after that should clear. Wednesday and Thursday, partly to mostly cloudy, followed by cloudier skies on Friday, which is when our high temperatures should warm back up into the low 50s, by the way. Another chance of rain is possible on Saturday, maybe again into early next week on Monday. Stay with us. We're back with much more news and weather, and that's still to come here on News 8 Now this morning. For now, we're sending in a break with a look what happened on this day in history for October 30th. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz, and what a game we had yesterday afternoon. Packers hosting the Vikings in an always great rivalry game, but when it was all said and done, I don't think either team won the day. Let's go to Lambeau Field. Packers trying to snap a 3-game losing streak first quarter. Vikings on 2nd and goal. Cam Akers gets the handoff right up the middle and scores. It's the first Vikings rushing touchdown of the year. They go up 7. Packers looking for an answer. 2nd down, Love dropping back, but he's going to be brought down by DJ Wonnum. 1 of 2 sacks for him. Packers line in need of some help. Green Bay punts it away, which leads to a Vikings field goal. It's a 10-point game. 17 seconds left in the half. 3rd down, and Love is going to connect with Luke Musgrave for the first down. Packers get a field goal and go into the half down 7. Second half, 3rd and 9 for the Vikings, but the Packers defense can't get a stop. Cousins finds KJ Osborne wide open. He gets a big pickup, and then later in the drive, another 3rd down, but Cousins going to his tight end. TJ Hawkinson, touchdown. Minnesota goes up 14. Love trying for some second half magic. He's going to take a shot downfield. Jaden Reed is there, but he can't make the grab, and it's into the hands of Josh Metellus, and he's going to return this 43 yards. Is finally pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A few plays later, no Jefferson, no problem. Cousins finds the rookie Jordan Addison for the touchdown grab. Vikings go up 3 scores. Next Packer drive, and they finally find the end zone. Love to Romeo Doubs on 4th and goal. That gives the home fans something to cheer for. But this one was all Vikings, and it didn't feel like a win because Kirk Cousins left the game with an Achilles injury, and ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that it's an Achilles tear. Devastating news for the Vikings as they pick up their 3rd straight win.
I'm just so proud of him, proud of the way he's played all season long, and it's whatever is the case, if we don't have him for one snap or for the duration of our season, that will not change the fact of what I believe Kirk Cousins, the level he played to this year, and ultimately what he's meant to me and our organization.
Extremely disappointed, and we'll find out what everybody in that locker room, what we're all made of.
Vikings now with no Justin Jefferson and no Kirk Cousins. Going to be tough to get back in the playoff race without your two best players. And the Packers offense has scored less than 20 points for the third consecutive game. I'll have more on these two teams later this evening. Let's go to Pfizer Forum. Bucks taking on the Atlanta Hawks in their second NBA game. First quarter, Bucks looking for their first bucket. Dame to Lopez, one more to Giannis. Slams it down. Bucks are on the board. Milwaukee now down 10. Giannis gets the steal on the fast break, passes it off to Bobby Portis, and Portis gets the tough finish to go. Bucks down 8. As for Dame, well, it was a quiet night. Gets his shot blocked here. Hawks in transition. Trae Young, pull up 3, nails it. Lillard would finish with just 6 points on the night as the Hawks get the win, 127-110. And it looks like Milwaukee still has some work to do. All right, that'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you later tonight.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
We're learning more this morning about a man accused of trying to kill someone during a home invasion in Jackson County. Anthony Sylvester IV is charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Police say he broke into a home in the town of Hickston October 12th and stabbed a person inside before leaving. Sylvester was arrested Thursday and is now being held in jail on a $750,000 cash bond. He cannot have any direct or indirect contact with the victims. His next court date is November 6th. On the campaign trail, former Vice President Mike Pence is dropping out of the race for the White House. That announcement coming over the weekend at the Republican Jewish Coalition in Las Vegas. Pence said that although he's no longer in the running for commander-in-chief, he will still continue to help elect, quote, principled Republican leaders. A Dane County judge is blocking Republican lawmakers from removing Megan Wolf from the Wisconsin Elections Commission. The 7-page temporary restraining order approves the WEC's request to recognize Wolf as the organization's administrator while a lawsuit plays out. Senate Republicans voted to fire her earlier this fall, but lawyers representing those Republicans have already admitted in court that the vote has no influence. A Minnesota Democrat running for president, but he says he's not running against President Joe Biden. Dean Phillips says he's running to secure a more prosperous future for America. Phillips represents Minnesota's 3rd district, just west of the Twin Cities. He announced his candidacy in New Hampshire after filing his official paperwork. He says it's time for a new American century.
It is time for the torch to be passed to a new generation of American leaders right here, all around the country and all around the world.
Phillips is a political newcomer. He won election in 2018 after beating a 5-term Republican. His official website says he is a Gold Star son who lost his father in the Vietnam War. The holiday spirit is in full swing in La Crosse as the annual Toys for Tots campaign gets started. This year, 93 toy donation barrels were distributed to local businesses as part of the La Crosse JC's Toys for Tots program. The public is encouraged to donate new, unwrapped toys for children 12 and under. All toys are welcome except for video games and electronics. Toy donations are being collected now through December 1st. We'll have more information for you on our digital platforms. What do you get when you mix chemistry with Halloween? A pumpkin-themed science fair. News 8 Now's Shaquille Davis takes us to Winona and shows us what it's all about.
This is our Winona State's 3rd annual STEM Carnival, and it's pumpkin drop, but that's the highlight of the event.
Science can be fun. Science can be insightful. It can even be explosive. For Winona State's Dean of College of Science and Engineering, Nicole Williams, science is a subject that the youth should be more knowledgeable of.
Part of it was to get our clubs, so Winona State student clubs, that they could showcase some fun activities for elementary kids to make them more interested in science.
Winona State STEM Carnival is a celebration of not only Halloween, but Chemistry Week. It is a free event that offers a fun-filled space for all ages to enjoy, with science demonstrations and Halloween activities. Those in attendance aren't only here for science experiments, though.
We encourage them to come to dress up too. There's contests. They can come dressed up, and whoever has the best costume can win. But they also are encouraged to participate.
Candy is a prize, but you can also win your very own pet rock.
So you can pick out your favorite rock, and then you can color it and have accessories for it, and we give you an adoption paper.
In Winona, Shaquille Davis, News 8 Now.
The Salem witch trials came to life recently at the West Salem Library just in time for Halloween. Historical actress Jessica Michna portrayed Rebecca Nurse, one of the women put on trial during the infamous witch hunts. In character as Nurse, Michna shared her story with visitors, transporting them back to the late 1600s. Michna says the research is her favorite part of preparing for these historical roles, as she aims to fully immerse audiences in the time period. Though Michna enjoys the acting, studying the characters helps bring history to life.
And it's gratifying for me when they walk out of the room and they say, I felt as though I was really in the room with Rebecca Nurse or Mary Lincoln or Eleanor Roosevelt. That is very gratifying. Then I've done my job.
Michna has been bringing history to life for more than 20 years. In 2016, she was awarded the Presidential Service Center's Distinguished Service Award for her riveting portrayals of First Ladies. She's performed at historical sites, including Valley Forge, Kitty Hawk, and the National Churchill Memorial. Ghosts, superheroes, and princesses flooded downtown La Crosse over the weekend for the annual trick-or-treat event. Despite those crisp fall temperatures, hundreds of costumed kids and families took to the streets to go door to door for Halloween candy and fun. The popular event brings the community together for holiday celebration and, of course, trick-or-treating in a safe, controlled environment. Kids and parents alike enjoyed the festive atmosphere downtown.
Getting candy and walking around, and the best part is it's all worth it even though it's cold.
Families dressed up in their favorite costumes, as you see here, and while they walked up and down the streets, they stopped by local businesses to pick up their favorite treats. Another spooky and sweet event was held in La Crosse over the weekend. The second annual Trunk or Treat welcomed families to the Harry J. Olson Center for a night of Halloween fun. The parking lot was filled with decorated cars as kids in costume went trunk to trunk collecting candy. Inside, there was even more action with games, prizes, and haunted decor around every corner. The free event brought the community together for Halloween a little early this year. Organizers say seeing the smiles on kids' faces makes all the planning worth it.
My favorite part of the night is just being able to see the community come together, really, and just having fun together and just talking and being out there instead of just staying at home all the time, you know?
For more information on Halloween festivities taking place around the area, visit news8000.com. Time now to check in with meteorologist Derek Sibley for a look at our morning commute.
All right, thanks for that, Alexandria. We're talking about freeze warning still in effect across much of the Coulee region, mainly for our central and southern communities until 8 o'clock this morning. This does include La Crosse County, and that's because we're talking about temperatures this morning into the 20s, which could cause some concern for your sensitive outdoor vegetation. Try to bring it inside if you can, and also the outdoor plumbing here will definitely be exposed to these type of temperatures that we have currently. Today's high in La Crosse about 40 degrees, mixed clouds and sunshine, but overall just a mainly cold and unseasonably chilly day for this time of the year. Tonight we drop down to 28 degrees, mostly cloudy and maybe even some snow as well to go along with that. West winds still at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. As of right now, those skies are looking mostly sunny. That's going to remain that way here through the day today. Temperatures, though, into the 30s here. If you plan on mowing the lawn around noon today, might want to bundle up out there because we only warm up to 37 at around the 5 o'clock hour. I'll have a final check on your full weather forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Who's 8, and we've got a lot of birthdays to get to today.
Yeah, we got actually 8 birthdays.
Yeah.
So yeah, quite a bit. Kevlin is turning 8 today. Now she loves to dance. Taylor Swift and Squishmallows.
Squishmallows, yep.
All right.
And we have Bateman is turning 8 today. She loves playing with ponies and taking her mom's socks.
Oh, okay. Well,
at least her mom knows where her socks go.
She's a sock stealer. That's what she is. Yeah. Huxley is turning 8 today. Now she loves hunting with his dad.
And Haley is turning 8 today as well. She loves to go shopping, sing, and dance to music.
Alana is turning 8 today. Now she loves being active and being outside.
Happy birthday to her. And Marilyn is turning 80. She likes playing Mahjong, Scrabble, and the Green Bay Packers.
Carol turns 88 today. Now she is active in the church and loves to spend time with her family.
Danny is also turning 88. He likes feeding his backyard birds, going for rides, and spending time in his garden.
All right, well, that's it for Look Who's 8 today. So if you do know a special someone that is turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 1880, or even 88 years old soon, we love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab. Stay with us. We'll have the director and a few actors from the upcoming UWL production Funny Mears in studio next.
Well, these freeze warnings still remain in effect across portions of the Coulee region until 8 o'clock this morning, as you can see highlighted there right behind me. This does include La Crosse County, so just make sure to protect those sensitive vegetation that you may have outside, or try to bring them inside if you can. And also, I want to make sure that you protect the plumbing, because our temperatures are currently into the 20s, well below that freezing mark. 27 degrees currently in Winona, but back towards the east in Black River Falls, you're currently at 23. Sparta's at 24. Viroqua was at 23 degrees. As we take a live look from CityCam in La Crosse, we're currently sitting at 28 degrees at the airport, and north-northwest winds at 16 miles an hour. Meanwhile, if you're in Eau Claire, partly cloudy skies here. Temperatures are currently sitting at 23 degrees with westerly winds light at around 8 miles an hour. But look at the forecast high numbers today. Still very cold even as we head into this afternoon. We're talking about highs into the 30s and low 40s here today. So we start off this morning into the 20s, and then we'll be up to 33 degrees under mostly sunny skies at noon today, followed by skies turning partly cloudy and 37 being our temperature at 4 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, we increase the clouds. 32 degrees will be our temperature by 8 o'clock this evening. As of right now, though, not looking mostly cloudy at all. We're just looking mostly clear, but that is going to change. I am watching a storm system back to our west, which is going to help increase our clouds as we head into this evening. And then as that storm system begins to approach us, here it is. You can see some of those scattered snow showers moving in as we head into overnight tonight, and that will continue into early tomorrow morning. So this could even impact your morning commute as well, bringing us some snow showers, maybe lowering the visibility here at times as well as it moves through. Now by 4 o'clock, I expect some clearing, maybe a few leftover clouds here as we head into the rest of your day tomorrow. Heading into early Wednesday, another system back to the west could increase the clouds here yet again, making it a mainly cloudy day as we head towards the middle part of the work week there. Now, snowfall totals are looking pretty minimal, anywhere between 1 to 2 inches, mainly for our central and northern zones is where we're expected to see the majority of that snowfall. Here's a check now on your 8-day forecast, and you can see that we will be looking at another unseasonably cold day for tomorrow on Halloween, high of 39 degrees, and then we got highs into the 40s, mainly for the rest of this work week. But I think Friday will be a bit warmer with a high of 51 degrees. A chance of a few showers are possible on Saturday. Otherwise, our low temperatures also warming up into the morning, going from the 20s and low 30s to the upper 30s and low 40s as we head into this weekend and early next week.
All right, Derek, thank you. Well, this morning we are joined by UWL cast members Eric Berg and Paige Edge. They are here to talk to us about their production of Funny Mears, which premieres this week. So just start by telling us where people can get tickets to the production.
Yeah, well, they can get tickets online at UWL, just on any website that you go for them, uwlax.edu.
So what role do each of you have in the production?
I play Claire.
And I play Richard.
Okay.
All right. And so we know that, well, first of all, just tell us a little bit about what the play is about.
The show is about Claire, who is a 40-year-old woman who has amnesia, and every day she wakes up and starts the day new, and her husband and her family tries to get her through it. It deals with a lot of very serious themes in a very funny way, and it's just about a crazy cast of characters and one random day.
So we talked about themes. What difficult themes does this play touch on, you think?
Well, it touches a lot of really difficult issues. It touches issues such as domestic violence, even having to deal with somebody else that you love going through something so difficult, not being able to remember who they love or who loves them, and meeting a bunch of new people for the first time. It can be a really serious thing, and I think that Claire has a lot of challenges that she faces through the production.
And because of those difficult themes, is there maybe an age limit, recommended age that people should attend?
Yeah, we recommend that adults come. Our director said TV 14.
Okay.
So it does deal with quite a few serious topics. So you just want to be mindful of that.
Yes, good to know.
And how are you able to make some difficult themes, funny for the production? Have a good time with it?
Well, I think that the play itself, it's very well written, and the comedy is written in, and I think that's important to kind of let the audience down a little bit after sometimes in production where it gets a little heavy. But then they'll find themselves in the next scene or in the very same scene at some points being surprised at how much they laugh just by watching and listening.
A little bit of comedic relief is always
good,
that's
always
right?
Nice.
Yeah. And so are there any reasons that your department chose to do this play over others?
I know we didn't choose the listing, but I know that they really thought that this would be a great production for people in the community to see, and I think that they will have those sentiments reflected when they come and watch it.
So is there any other thing that the UWL Theater Department is doing coming up in the future? Or?
Yes, this semester they are doing The Wolves, which is a play about a girls' soccer team. And then they are doing their first ever dance showcase this upcoming winter. And in the spring they'll be doing another play in the musical James and the Giant Peach.
Okay, great. So those would all be great ways to support the UWL program.
Absolutely.
Any other ways that people can offer their support?
Just come see the show, seriously. I mean, you just will have a great time, and if anybody came and saw Dr. Faustus, the last one, I'm sure they would love to come see this one as well.
What advice would you have for people that are trying to get into theater?
Take all the opportunities you can get. Every local theater has a show to do, so just auditioning and exploring what's out there is important.
I agree.
Okay.
And what is each of your favorite parts about being actors in these kind of plays?
Well, I know for me, I really love getting to meet so many new people. I know at our particular UWL, we have a giant design department, and a lot of my friends are not actors, which I'm very thankful for. Just get to meet a lot of really great people. So.
Okay.
I think it's just a great opportunity to get to learn about the way other people live their lives and to explore that imagination that everyone has. So I think that's probably my favorite part.
Well, yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for being with us and telling us a little bit about your production. And then tell us one more time where people can get tickets on the UWL website, right?
Yeah, UWL website, uwlax.edu. If you go to the theater website, you should be able to buy tickets right through there. Otherwise, you can buy tickets at the box office at the Tolan Theater.
Okay, great. And it premieres this week?
Yes, Thursday through Sunday.
Perfect.
Exciting.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And we will be right back after this. We're learning more this morning about a man accused of trying to kill someone during a home invasion in Jackson County. Anthony Sylvester IV is charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Police say he broke into a home in the town of Hickston October 12th and stabbed somebody inside before leaving the scene. Sylvester was arrested Thursday and is currently being held in jail on a $750,000 cash bond. He cannot have any direct or indirect contact with the victims. His next court appearance is November 6th. The Food and Drug Administration is issuing a new warning for parents of premature infants to not give them probiotics. The agency warns that probiotic Evivo with MCT oil may have been linked with one infant death earlier this month. The infant died after developing sepsis caused by a species of bacteria that was also found in the probiotic. The product has since been recalled and is currently not for sale in the U.S. The FDA is warning they have not currently approved any probiotics suitable for infants. A Dane County judge is blocking Republican lawmakers from removing Megan Wolf from the Wisconsin Elections Commission. The 7-page temporary restraining order approves the WEC's request to recognize Wolf as the organization's administrator while a lawsuit plays out. Senate Republicans voted to fire her earlier this fall, but lawyers representing those Republicans have already admitted in court that the vote has no influence. A Minnesota Democrat is running for president, but says he's not running against President Joe Biden. Dean Phillips says he's running to secure a more prosperous future for America. Phillips represents Minnesota's 3rd district, just west of the Twin Cities. He announced his candidacy in New Hampshire after filing his official paperwork. He says it's time for a new American century.
It is time for the torch to be passed to a new generation of American leaders right here, all around the country,
Phillips is a political newcomer. He won the election in 2018 after beating a 5-term Republican. His official website says he's a Gold Star son who lost his father in the Vietnam War. The West Salem Library had the chance to travel back in time to the Salem witch trials. Portrayed by historical actress Jessica Michna, visitors heard the story of Rebecca Nurse, one of the women put on trial. Michna says although she loves the acting, the research is the best part about learning about new characters. Her goal is to bring people back in time with her.
And it's gratifying for me when they walk out of the room and they say, I felt as though I was really in the room with Rebecca Nurse or Mary Lincoln or Eleanor Roosevelt. That is very gratifying. Then I've done my job.
Michna has been bringing history to life for more than 2 decades. In 2016, she was awarded the Presidential Service Center's Distinguished Service Award for her riveting portrayal of First Ladies. Michna has performed at historical sites including Valley Forge, Kitty Hawk, and the National Churchill Memorial. Getting in the Halloween spirit with a bunch of cool cars and candy, that was the goal for the 2nd annual Trunk or Treat event. The event was held at the Harry J. Olson Center and was free for all ages. The event featured tons of games, prizes, candy, and a wide assortment of cars. Jesse Lyso says it's a great chance to bring the community together.
My favorite part of the night is just being able to see the community come together really and just having fun together and just talking and being out there instead of just staying at home all the time, you know?
To learn more about Halloween events going on in our area, you can visit our website, news8000.com. The holiday spirit is in full swing in La Crosse as the annual Toys for Tots campaign kicks off. This year, 93 toy donation barrels were distributed to local businesses as part of the La Crosse JC's Toys for Tots program. The public is encouraged to donate new, unwrapped toys for children 12 and under. All toys are welcome except for video games and electronics. Toy donations are being collected now through December 1st.
As you head out the door this morning, make sure to bundle up out there. Our temperatures are into the 20s. Freeze warnings remain in effect until 8 o'clock this morning. The rest of the day, our high temperatures warm up into the 30s and 40s under mostly sunny but unseasonably cold conditions. A check on your 8-day forecast showing highs around 39 tomorrow, so pretty similar to today. And make sure to bundle up for the Halloween festivities tomorrow. It's definitely going to be cold, and you know, I think we'll warm up into the 50s by the end of the week, so at least that will be a little bit more seasonable for this time of the year. But yeah, it's definitely a very cold start here for the week.
Very cold indeed. Yeah, I'm glad we're warming up for the weekend instead of cooling down for the weekend.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So we have something to look forward to.
Exactly. We've got that to look forward to after Halloween, of course. But yeah, it will be a bundled up Halloween for sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will see you back here at noon, 5, 6, and 10 tonight. Have a great day.